Hi everybody! Good afternoon. Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, why is my mouth not capturing again? Okay, camera. Hello, good afternoon everybody. My name is Rikka and welcome back to Vivid Stasis. And oh my gosh, my screen is weird. Everything was doing okay. Hello? Rikka, you're amazing. I do hope you've been well. You're a great person. Thank you! Thank you, thank you! Thank you so much for dropping by, Drum! Gosh, I don't know why. I just fixed the camera a while ago. Now it's like back to... It's back to what it was a while... Like... What is wrong with this thing? Hello? Mic check? I know it's supposed to capture my microphone, not my mouth from my camera. But hello everybody, hope everybody's having a good day today. I am trying my best to... Yeah, trying to my best to stay awake. I don't know why my mouth is not working in this thing. As you can see, the game is on my description. It's called Vivid Stasis. I always add the name of the game in my titles now. And also in the description if you want to. For some reason... My mouth ain't moving. Hello? I'm moving, right? I'm showing my mouth right now to the camera. I'm leaning back a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just because of the camera placement. Most probably camera placement. Let's put this up here. There. Nope. Not working either. Put it down a little bit. Nope. Not working either. Why am I having scuff again? Is it always like this? Every stream? Every freaking stream. I don't understand why is it like this. Hello? Mic check. I'm moving. Mouth moving. Mouth moving. I'm sorry for testing out stuff. Look, I didn't want it to be like this. I'm trying to adjust the camera right now. Mic check. Mouth. Alignment. Check. 1, 2, 3. I don't understand either. Nah. Whatever. There. I put the light on myself so it could be seen. But it doesn't seem to work. I understand what is wrong with me. Mic check. Hello? Mic check. I have to recalibrate every single time. My god. Yeah, I think I had to recalibrate that. Hello everybody. Yes, finally. So if you don't see me like I'm not talking, it's probably because of my mic settings. Oh no, not mic. My camera settings. Just letting people know that I'm live right now. I'm already very late. I'm really sorry about that. I had some errands to run and also like I had to eat. I had to eat. Yeah, I had to eat. Hold up. Also, thank you for the follow, Fable, Lure VT, and also Jelly. Thank you so much for the follow. I saw you just followed. We were in the VC a while ago. Okay, let me just adjust... What? Let me just adjust things here. I don't know why it's like... Yeah, there we go. Wondering why it's like that. Trying to adjust the game thingy. So that at least it could be... It could be, could look normal at least. Yep. That sounds about right. Oh, yeah. Mic check. There we go. Okay. Now, where we left off, we just finished chapter 2. And now we're gonna go on chapter 3. And I've seen the updates, it only has 5 chapters. Man, I wish I could do the same with until then, but there's so many bugs that's going on with that game. I don't want to finish it without it getting fixed. Hello Rex, welcome to the stream. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, let's start the game. Vivid Stasis. So this is a game where it's a rhythm game where you play this is a rhythm game, yes. And while playing the rhythm game, you also have to solve puzzles. And it's also sort of a visual novel. And you have to unlock things by getting points via rhythm game. Yes. I think I've explained that well. I'm not very good at explaining things, unfortunately. Yeah, and also having scuff with my mic, with my webcam, not capturing my mouth tracker in terms of like talking. I mean, I use my microphone, which is weird. Okay. Let's continue. Let's warm up a little bit. Oh god. Go with chapter 2. Ooh. Yeah, it takes a lot of like hand-eye coordination. And it takes a while to practice, you know? I've been playing rhythm games for a decade now. More than. So it's starting to like getting, it's like muscle memory to me. Wait, hold on. Trying to check if... I'm trying to check my OBS. I'm getting a lot of scuff lately. I'm having a headache. Oh, hold up. I need to... is the audio okay, guys? It's not too loud? I have to increase it a little bit, because I remember my last stream, it's a little bit soft. Man, I wonder how is this game? Heard Rhythm got me engaged already. Yeah! It's something. It's a game that I didn't think I'd actually... I never really thought that I'd be intrigued, because not a lot of rhythm games are visual novels and like mixed in with visual novel. Hold on. From the last stream, I remember playing this. One of the artists of this song, or rather the producer who made the song, is in the chat. So I was like, wait a minute, hold up. And I had that clip on my TikTok and YouTube short, so better check that out. I just uploaded it last week. Oh, shit. Oh, oops. Too fast. I added the beat too fast. I added the speed too fast for the drop of the keys. Oh, my eyes are getting dizzy. I'm clenching my hands by accident because I'm trying so hard to spread them. I'm clenching it to a fist for some reason because it's starting to get hurt. It's starting to become painful. Okay, stillness. Whew. If anything, which one of those? Oh man, I'm liking already how it looks. It's free, by the way. This is Vivid Stasis. The game is free on Steam. Yes, I'm promoting it right now. I also recommend you giving it a lot of support. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. Never played this in this mode, huh? Let me lower down the scroll speed. It's making my head spin if I have the scroll speed too fast. Wait. Restart. Oh, I let go too soon. Oh my god, I'm too quiet. I'm sorry.
Bogus Binted.
Oh my god. Hello, Sev. Thank you for the bogus vinted. Oh my god, my eyes. Maybe it's not a good idea to download a game while having another one open while watching a stream. Nice. Yes, with big lag. Work lang ako. Good luck, have fun sa games mo po. Lalaro mo naman yan. Okay, have fun with Paolo. Already like the stream. Gonna eat lunch now. Always have a swig of water. Thank you for the reminder. I will. That actually gave me a little bit of a headache. What are my soft ones? That bot stuff. Are we so loud on my end though? Ooh. Man, my PC was this close to cardiac arrest. I'm a little sick right now, but hearing you in the background makes it less bad. That's so aw, that's nice, but please also, yes, please get well. Get well soon, Sam. It's a little too chaotic for me right now. Hold on, let me adjust the volume of the song. It's so loud on in my ear. My head hurts from the volume itself. Okay, let's just lower that a little bit, yeah. There we go.
Do it.
I'm screaming, Mom. Yeah, what? Sorry? Sorry. I had to be quiet because my mom came into the room. Magandang hapon po. Magandang hapon din, Crisostomo Ibarra. Aba, ano ang iyong... Anong iyong na ano? Ano ba yung Tagalog nun? Putang ina. Ayun, ano ang iyong layunin ngayong araw na to? I'm surprised that there's someone named Crisostomo Ibarra on my stream. Hello, Em. It's fine, you're good. Up, frick. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oop, I let go too soon. Also, if I miss your chat, I'm so sorry because, as you can see, I'm a little preoccupied right now. Whoops. Man. Frick. Oh, that really fucked me over. Oh, my eyes. Woo! Wait, there's a catch, is it? There's a catch for this. There's definitely a catch for this. It's still not stopping. Okay, I thought there was a catch. It's been weeks since I played on any rhythm game, only played Osu. Osu is my weakness. I'm really... I don't have a tablet to play on it, unfortunately. I only have my mouse. You locked the fuck in? Yes, I am. I'd be so motivated to learn Tagalog at this point if I wasn't already dying over trying to juggle Portuguese and English at the same time. Take it at your own pace. Just learn what you want to learn. And if it's getting to get a little too much for you, stop and rest. Because learning isn't, you know, instant, you know, I mean, learning a language is already hard enough. Especially with me, I'm already bilingual. I speak English and Tagalog. I try to learn Japanese and Korean. It's never easy. So do it at your own pace and do lessons that you are able to do that makes you focus. Let's say flashcards and whatnot. So yeah. Sorry, my Tagalog is up enough. Thank God for public domain. Well, you're welcome to stay here. Welcome, Crisostomo Ibarra. Okay, let's go back to the chapter songs. Wait, one more song and then we'll continue with the story. What are the collaboration ones? Oh. Oh, frick. Whoops. Never do Duolingo primary source of learning. I have heard, yes. I have heard of things about Duolingo, yes. I did try Duolingo before. Oh, there's a daily bonus. Yeah, just in case, if it works for you, it works for you. If not, then it's not. Ooh, I missed almost. Oh, I can't press anything. What's happening? When the hell? You know, I know that my wrist has been fucked up because it's starting to cramp every time there's like continuous keys. So, I'm not what I used to be. Dang it. Why am I lagging a little bit? I should give like a sign if I'm too locked in. I have to remind people that I can't see chat at the moment. Get distracted. I'm gonna lose this, am I? Eyes hurt. I'm getting distracted by the eye pain. Okay, let me go back. Hey! Okay. Just searching, we're not for anything. Miss Maria Clara de Barra track. It worked fine on. Hi Rian, welcome back! Learning to immersion is pretty good. Don't worry about us. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't looking in chat. I was just distracted because my head and my eyes are starting to be woozy. Go go girl, you're on this one. Thank you. I mean, I could have done better, but I'm just, you know, debuffed already by my wrist. I've been playing rhythm games for years, and I think I fucked it up. I guess years ago. Now I can't keep up with a long. I think this is the common thing that happens to pretty much a lot of rhythm gamers. Is they either have really bad carpal tunnel, or they just really fucked it up real bad by one trick and freaking trying to impress yourself to be good at it. I like this one so much. I want to do this so bad, like perfect this so bad. Okay. I took it. Okay. I said it was one more song, but sure. Oh my god. Ah. Why is my bot spamming? I swear to god, I keep forgetting to fix this. Oh, my brain hurts. Gaming never stops. Meanwhile, my wrists are flicking 20 from the Stellaris. Basically, I was forced to know if I didn't want myself living on a bridge. Oh my god. This game... No! I don't know if there's a Nintendo version of the game. I'm not sure. But this is on Steam. So I'm not sure if it's also available, but I can try and check later. I do have a Switch too. I mean, I have a Switch, but not Switch 2, unfortunately. I do have that like as a least priority in my throne wish list, which I don't know if I'll be able to get. My priority is to upgrade my PC and finish my stuff. Yes. Yeah, I'm just double checking things. Hold on. Ow. Okay. Let's go back. Let's now go back to the story. Yeah, there's a main story to this. Let's continue chapter 3. For a while now, I've been having this dream. In this dream, I'm not whole. I've been torn apart by something I can't quite comprehend. Split apart, non-organically. Hold on, wait. Where am I? Not organically, not non-organically. Whoops. But with brute force. I, as I exist, am doomed to the fate of being an observer. Unable to interact with what I'm watching. A girl in a lighthouse overlooking a clay doll representation of humanity. While those I observe can move between spaces, I am signed to this space. All of this to say, if I am between the binary and ternary, and she is on the binary, what does that make you? Don't give me an existential crisis. Frosted memories. It's so quiet. I'm not used to it. Oh. Oh. This is the controller, same as game Nintendo Rikka, I guess. Oh, wait. Maybe. Oh my gosh, the dialogue. I need to adjust the game capture a little bit further here. There you go. At least you guys could see the thing. Okay, there you go. I was about to sleep and I saw I missed the stream note. If it's fine, I'm also very late. If you need to sleep, it's also okay. I'm not forcing people to stay here if you're if you're about to take a rest or you have to do your stuff today. But thank you for dropping by, Dub. Hi, welcome. Yeah. I looked up from my phone as Allison walked into the room. Slumped over. She's forcing us awake, hey. She walked over, face planted onto the bed I was sitting on. I looked at her inquisitively. What's got you all tuckered out? I leaned over and poked her hair. Sit up, Allie. I can't make out a word you're saying. Allison sat up. Packing. The same thing we've been doing all day. Well, speak for yourself. I finished up pretty early, actually. Did you unlock any of the other diffs for the last 2 boss songs yet? Not necessarily. I tried, but I keep goofing up. I think I did 1 before from last stream, but off stream I would probably just unlock most of them off stream. I think that's most feasible because that will take a while if I play it on stream. I can play it on my server one day, or at least I can drop by the server, your server, and I can play there instead. So at least I'm there. Within your premises. Yeah. Yeah. Because you don't have anything to pack. All your stuff is still back at home on the island. Hey, don't fault me for being lightweight to travel. I don't need much to get by. You're the one that had, like, everything shipped from Tanegashima. Allison glared at me with an unserious, tired expression. Yeah, and sorry. Yeah, and I realized now how bad of an idea that was. Because now I have to get it all shipped back. Such is the struggle with a temporary home. Sure is. How about you? You already packed everything up? Yeah, don't rush it. The OP's for... And, okay. Have difficulties that should be... Yeah, I've been having a hard time trying to get the other difficulties to unlock. Because, unfortunately, if I get to play too much, my wrist hurts now. I have had... I guess over the years of playing rhythm games, I think I kind of fucked it up. Well, I guess that's a thing. Like I said earlier, I guess that's a common thing that happens. And also probably for writing when I was in high school, I like taking notes. So my wrist keeps getting hurt a lot. And also the mouse. Most probably the mouse. And never really thought of like massaging and stuff. I never really knew. That's why I keep massaging my hands. I should really buy a stress ball to really get my dexterity up again. Yeah, did it this afternoon. So I don't really take too long, like I said. Maybe I should loosen up a little. I'm admittedly a little envious of your single carry-on suitcase. Ha! Well, certainly makes traveling easier. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss my home back on Tanegashima. So take that as you will. Fair enough. Just then, a rather tall silhouette appeared in the doorway. Hey, Kotomi! What's up? Kotomi? Kotomi? Kotomi walked into the room. Nothing much. Just making sure you're both ready to be up early tomorrow for the taxi to the airport. Everything all ready? Yep. I know you're ready, Sat. I was mainly talking to Allison. Yeah. I just finished up. All the stuff that's getting shipped back is in the box by the front door. And my suitcases are in my room. Cool, cool. Eri and I also just finished packing. Don't stay up too late. You've got to be up at 8 a.m. sharp tomorrow. You got it. Kotomi left the room and closed the door behind her, leaving Allison and I in the light of the dim desktop lamp on the dresser. Allison looked over at my phone in my hand. What were you doing? I turned on the phone to reveal the game I'd been playing. Putting in some of the grind on... Noise? Sunlight? What? How do you read that? Sunlight? What? Trying to clear the Chapter 5 update that just came out. Huh. Allison gives a lighthearted chuckle. Oh, I should have known. Felt a light impact against my side, looked over to see Allison resting her head on my shoulder. I gave her a teasing smile. You want to rest your head on my lap? Allison moved away from me, flustered. This is so cute! Oh my gosh. This is adorable. This scene is adorable. Look how smug she is. Huh? I mean, it wasn't... I just was like... You want to rest your head on my lap? That's not even a question. Just do it! Gay! Okay. Allison buried her face in her knees. Yeah. I put my legs down off the bed and let Allison lay down on my lap. As soon as I get to Chapter 3, I see gay! I look down at her, still flustered, with her eyes closed. Oh my... There's no music. It's so quiet. But it's so... Yes. Oh, wait. Before I continue, I actually fixed my audio settings here on my microphone. Like my filters. Do I sound better? Or do I sound okay? Do I have anything that I need to fix? Because if I don't, like, I try not to make it too peaky, and I adjusted a lot of like the sample rates and stuff. Well, you won't understand the technical of most of it, but yeah, I had to fix some audio stuff, and I hope I sound okay. I actually had to adjust my EQ, because let's be real, it wasn't the greatest for the past few streams, and I've been frustrated as heck to fix it. So please make sure that please let me know if it sounds good. Thank you. Sounds kind of awkward. No, I don't think so. I mean, they are typically almost a couple. They just wanted this investigation to me. Sounds alright so far. That's good. Thank you. I hope I don't sound too high or too low, too muddy, too peachy, or too teeny. That it's grating your ears. Hope not. Hey, you can't fall asleep there, you know? You can't stop me. I can revoke your lab privileges. God. But you won't. I laughed softly. Yeah, you're right. I guess you're the Sleeping Beauty then, huh? Allison opened her eyes. If that makes you my... Hello, there is! If that makes you my prince, I say I've got pretty lucky. Why is this girl the literal cutest human being alive? Oh my god, I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. Am I supposed to be here? Hello? Oh, was that too far? Sorry. No, it's okay. I was just not ready for that. An awkwardly long silence passes. Hey, I wanted to ask, are you okay? You seem kinda out of it all day. I guess you do know me too well for that to go unnoticed, huh? I guess it's not so much that I'm out of it, and more so that it really feels like this time, hard as it was, coming to an end. It's been 3 months since the stuff that just happened to at the shrine. I guess I just got too used to things actually having calmed down. Because once we step foot in Tokyo, we're back in the case, and anything could happen. I'm scared. But more selfishly, I'm going to miss these few months. Even if they weren't easy, it really felt like this was a major change in my life for the better. You know? Sorry, I shouldn't dump all of this on you. Aw, Ellie, it's okay. I understand completely. To be honest, I'm kinda in the same boat. My life already took such a monumental turn earlier in the year. And really feels like we're about to take another one, doesn't it? Oh, I'll say. But I think you and I both know this is something that we gotta do. It's not like either of us to go through all of that and just walk away. Yeah, I agree with you. But it's still scary, you know? Yeah, of course. But we're not facing this alone anymore. Neither of us are. You're alright as always. It's always going to be scary, but we'll press on anyway, right? Always! That's just how we roll. Yeah. You went silent for a while before I inevitably had to get Allison off my lap so I could move into bed. Yeah, I'm not doing this because I want to be a hero. Looking back, it feels so foolish that I was worried about that. It's been so long since all of this began, and it doesn't even feel like this is connected to Suki anymore. But I still need to see this through anyway. And if there's something awful waiting for me at the end of this, I'll face it head first, together with those I love. It was about a 2-hour drive from Minamiosumi to the Kagoshima airport. Luckily, the weather wasn't particularly bad, but most of the drive was scenic. Eri and Kotomi had taken a different cab, which left just Allison the one I was in. About halfway through the drive, I got a text from Eri. So, got everyone their own burner phone for a while they're in. Blech. So, I got everyone their own burner for a while we're in Tokyo. Why? We're diving headfirst back to the situation that injured Saturday. And we know now that there's at the very least some kind of organization with actual power involved in all of this. I want at the very least for us to have some kind of effective measure here. I agree with Eri. I agree with Eddie. Whatever group is involved in all of this, without a doubt knows we've been poking around. The more we can do to keep ourselves untraceable, better. I mean, technically I feel like we're being watched more than anything else. Wait, but wouldn't they be able to track this conversation if that's the case? Why are we talking about this in a group chat? Lol. Wait, yeah, Saturday has a point. You can technically track this conversation, yes. They wouldn't actually be able to get the members of the phones from this alone. Ah, okay, I get you. I've given Kotomi hers, and I'll give you two yours once we arrive at the airport. Just letting you know in advance to save explaining it in the private space. That makes sense. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, it's no problem. It's really hard to voice all these characters at once. I put away my phone and looked out the window. We were passing through Tarumizu. The ride was relatively quiet after that, with the occasional light talk between Allison and I. Eventually, the two taxicabs met up at the Kagoshima airport. Oh, hello, girls. Airport, sweet airport. Here we are. No, I'm not letting you do that again. Party pooper. Still not used to you two actually getting along, you know? Eddie, you hated Saturday's guts just a few months ago. Hey, I never hated her. I just had a strong idea of what she was like in my mind. You know they say not to judge a book by its cover, right? Being fair, the only part of the book I had was the cover. Okay, that makes sense. That makes good sense. And when the cover involves that much ranch, it's easy to assume what the book is about. I'm not following along with this metaphor, sorry. Of course you are. Allison and Kotomi chuckled, and we moved off of the taxi air drop-off area to the actual airport building. By the time we got through security, it was afternoon. What gate are we again? Where are we again? Allison reached into a pocket to check her boarding pass. Gate 37. Looks like so that's down that way. Oh wait, hold on. I want to ride a I want to ride the movator? Movator? The what? The the what? The movator. Right there. I pointed at it's the where you walk, but it's like a treadmill where you walk in the airport so you can go faster with your luggage. You call yes, that's it. The moving walkway. The moving walkway. Yeah, the movator. Nobody calls it a movator. Wait, you guys have never heard it called a movator? Never heard it called a movator. It's a movator. Like an escalator, but it moves you. Keep pushing! An escalator also moves you. When I lived in Canada, people called it a movator. Well, this isn't Canada, is it? It doesn't make it any less of a movator. I hope you realize that in the time you've been arguing, you would have reached the end of the movator. I'm going on the movator! Then go, nobody's stopping you. Okay! Why is there no background music? Okay, then she just moves. Okay. I didn't read that part. Whoops. After we reached the gate, Eddie handed us each our burner phones. They were really old, the kind of phone that had an actual numpad on it. When are these from? 2008? Hey. Well, you know what they say. The best way to go unseen is to go retro. Nobody says that. I said it. Evil and intimidating Saturday on the walk-a-later. You call it a walk-a-later? Oh my gosh. I never heard of it called a walk-a-later, I swear. Never heard of it either. I'm just baffled right now. I just call it the moving walkway. Same thing. Hey, that's my bit. Anyway, each one has the numbers of the other three into contact already. I've used our initials as well, just for an extra measure. Isn't this going a bit overboard? Like, yeah, it's good to be cautious. This feels like bordering on paranoia. I don't mean to be blunt, Saturday, but do you want to injure yourself or your other leg? You know by now the danger of what we're dealing with. Yeah, but... No, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Walk-a-later is so much more fun to say. I need more joy and whimsy in our vocabulary. You know what? Okay, fair. Valid. You do you, dubstep. Excuse me. Hold on. Okay. Eddie seemed a little taken aback, as if she wasn't expecting me to actually change my position. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go grab some snacks for the flight. Kotomi, come with me. What? Do I have to? Yes, Allison. Yes, Allison, Saturday. You two want anything? Any bag of chips should be fine. What about you, Sat? If you can find one, a flaming hot Mountain View. I've kind of become hooked on those. I'm sorry. I just laugh at the Mountain View. The naming is naming. I swear, the naming is naming. Hold on. Okay. That shit's bad for you. But what isn't in this economy? What isn't in this economy? I look away. We'll be back shortly. I look anyway. We'll be back shortly. Eddie walked off with Kotomi slouching behind, clearly not amused. I guess we should take a seat. Didn't look like it was going to be a very packed flight, so there were plenty of open seats for us to sit in while we waited aboard. We took a seat, waited for Eddie and Kotomi to come back. Oh. Interlayer hideout. Who this? I got so distracted by what was happening inside the bounds that I dropped my combo. Hi, Don. Oh man, not even an S? That's going to bump my rating down quite a bit. Damn it. Oh my god. This is a mood. This is me. This is me in the game. Didn't really complain though. I put away my tablet, rewinded the feed that was displayed on my monitor. Burner phones, huh? Could probably make that work. Girls playing a rhythm game inside the rhythm game. Yeah, I know the meta of rhythm games here right now, huh? I spun my chair a bit to the left to focus on one of the other monitors. As much as I hated to admit it, I was actually starting to get used to this little space I set up. It's a little ironic when you think about it. I'm the one pushing Saturday towards the truth. But I found peace in this little hideout that exists outside of the narrative. Aha! Got the number of Saturday's phone. Now that I had this, I had to figure out a way to actually put it into use without triggering error detection. And ideally without the World Keeper catching on. I didn't know where she was or what she was doing at the moment, but as long as she wasn't there, I should be good. You'll be fine. We were on equal playing ground. She can't spy on me, I can't spy on her. I pulled my whiteboard around towards my desk and got to work. For a while now, I've been stuck in this stream, watching, waiting. Eventually, I got sick of it. That's when I became aware of your existence. At first, I thought you were an anomaly, a being that had somehow entered this world from above. But after a while, I realized that was incorrect. You're not an anomaly, or even a being. You are a world. You were the catalyst for my determination. And finally, we are ever so closer to the breaking point because of you. Before we continue, I wish to thank you for that, and to apologize. Everything I've engineered was for this moment, and that required keeping you in the dark. We approach the end of this accumulation of cycles. I would like to finally show you everything that has led to this point, the extent of our struggle. Is this getting to the fourth wall? Wait a minute, I'm getting confused. Truth about the Vivid Stasis operation. Okay, we have 1,000 points. And oh my god. How many chapters is this again, Dub? Is it 5? I know I saw 5, but I wasn't too sure. Let's see here. Maybe I want to try this one. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I can go with middle. Ah! That's technically what it says. Ah or O. I can't read. This feels like a video game. I mean, in itself it is, but it's the song that I meant. Oh. Dang, I missed that part. Oh, that was ringing in my ear. Wait, what? I thought it was too soon. Got distracted again. Oof. Nick. Was good. I like that one. Man, I failed a lot. Exactly my element. Level 11 feels like what I used to play in my prime. Almost an S rank. Yeah, I'm not doing great today. I'm trying my best to at least achieve something. Oh, ad break for those who are new Twitch. But lucky for those who are on my sub. Congratulations, you have no ads. I'm just waiting for people to... I'll take a little bit of a water break. And I think I need to wear my glasses. Because I'm starting to see too. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Before we proceed, I want to play the other one while we wait for the ad. And then we'll go with the next story. This will be our ad break. Yeah, I'm trying to take breaks, don't worry. I'm fine. God, that threw me off. Fuck's sake. That lost my combo. I hate this. I was almost done too. Ah! Hold on. Let me stand up a bit. Okay. Ay. Yeah, I have not played an Oshi game in a while, and because also I'm a little debuff on the tablet thingy, because I only have a mouse and a keyboard, I am not playing it. I feel like it's already hurting my wrist with the amount of circles that I'm seeing. Okay, let's continue now with the story. Chio welcomes the group to at their apartment. Let's go. Oh man, I miss Tokyo. I miss Japan. I miss this crowd. Well, not really, but I miss this area. By the time our plane landed, it was well into the evening, and being winter, that means it would start the moment we stepped off the plane. Ah! Jesus! Cold! You literally just sat in the heated tube for a few hours. I'm not surprised you're cold. I need my jacket? I mean, if you're offering, then... Yeah, figured. Here. Cute! Allison walked over to me and handed me her jacket. I wrapped around it myself. I would never find myself admitting it to her. But I wasn't really that cold. I just like wearing Allison's coat. You're so cute! Started to walk forward toward the exit to the luggage claim, but Allison stopped me. Are you forgetting about the other half of our group? Come on, let's wait for them. Oh shit, you're right. Totally slipped my mind. How the hell did slip your... I think the last few months of doing absolutely nothing have made you even denser, actually. I laughed, and we leaned against the glass with our carry-on bag. Indeed, it had been months. Many months of resting. Not so much while waiting for my leg to heal up, as the wound had mostly healed up about as well as it was going to within the first month. Instead, I had to spend most of the time working just to get the funds to make the very trip we had just begun. We spent day after day, week after week, and month after month saving up was just enough to allow us a month in Tokyo. All of us figured what that would be enough time to accomplish, whatever it was we were going to accomplish here. Found myself wondering what the next month would have in store for us. After the commotion that was first few days in Minamiyasumi, the topic of what had happened was tread around very carefully. Nobody knew what to say for a while. Eventually, though, we all agreed that spending some time in Tokyo would be beneficial to all of us, both for the reason of giving us something to take our minds off of everything that had happened, and also to do some further investigation into that very same everything. Sunrise Foundation was a name that came up a lot back in those awful days in August. Oh, August! And the fact that nobody could quite remember or explain what it was, but knew that it was related to whatever was going on was enough to warrant our curiosity to get the better of us. And since their website said they seemed to be based in Tokyo, it only made sense for us to spend some time out east. After a while, the shock of missing Tuki vanished, in a way that didn't entirely feel right. Almost like I was more used to not having her around than I was used to her being a part of my life. And then, that in itself became a source of anxiety for a while. Luckily, Allison helped me through many panic attacks. They calmed down with me. Allison, I generally don't think I could ask for a better person in my life. Even when I'm thinking of this to myself, it sounds cheesy as all hell. But it's how I truly feel. Even though we said we wouldn't date until after everything had calmed down, my overwhelming feelings of love for her never got any weaker. That's so sweet. It's not to say that Allison and I didn't have any romantic interactions at all these past few months. It's more like we're waiting to make it official. Of course, everyone else had already realized long before we told them. Eddie even said she didn't know we were in a couple until after the geology museum incidentally back in July. Oh my god, wait, hold on, let me... The knock boss downstairs already have to talk about this too. I almost forgot the glam house now in front of Rikka reading the visual novel right in front of your very ears. Also, Stat is so dorky. He is dorky. He is. Yeah. Also, if we have to talk about things, make it kind of related to the game or anything related to rhythm games, because at first, I just don't want anything to derail. whatever's happening in the chat. It's okay to talk about the game, avoid spoilers, and yes, this is a story game as well, aside from rhythm games. You do rhythm gaming to get stuff, to unlock stuff. Yes, that is already mostly correct. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey Saturday. Yeah! Bleh. Huh? Jet lag getting to you, bestie? It wasn't even that long of a flight. I look up to see the ever opposite sister. I guess they had caught up to us while I was deep in thought. Hey, shut up! I had an energy drink at the start of the flight. Aren't that supposed to keep you awake? Well, yeah, but I have a weird brain. Caffeine is just a knockout drug for me. You're neurodivergent then. It's true. I can back this up. Oh gosh, you can back this up. Allison looked over at me. So, have you heard from Chio about her current whereabouts yet? He's supposed to be picking us up. Still don't understand how some people get sleepy under I get sleepy under caffeine. Apparently, some people say that getting sleepy when you're on caffeine is a neurodivergent thing. But I don't know why either. There's some caffeines that just doesn't work for me either. There's some that makes me very sleepy. It doesn't just affect me that way anymore. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just don't know why. Because one of my artist friends also gets under caffeine just a bit. Well, if you know the brand Milo, the Milo brand in Australia, we also have that here. It's very famous here. Milo hot chocolate makes me sleepy. And it's supposedly an energy drink. A hot chocolate energy drink in the mornings. I drink it in the evening. So, little fun fact about me. When I was young, I used to have that as a nightcap for me. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I don't drink my Milo. So it has a different effect on me. Okay. Oh, yeah. She said she'll be right outside the baggage claim by like 8:30. We'd best get going then, come on! Kotomi sprinted down the long passageway leading to the baggage claim. The remaining three of us looked at her defeatedly. It's still 8:20. Regardless, we ran after her. Better to be early than late, probably. Turns out Kotomi might have been right to run, as all of us severely underestimated the size of the airport. In the end, however, we managed to make it in time. The baggage claim was just before the exit, so after we got our bags checked, we stood outside waiting for a few minutes. Eventually, a taxi pulled up with a familiar-looking girl sitting inside. Hey! There she is! Chio! Saturday! Allison! Eddie! And, your... Kotomi. Kotomi Nichibotsu. Not again. Kotomi Nichibotsu. Eddie's sister. Oh! You're Kotomi! Nice to finally meet you. I'm Shio Sakamura. Oh, these Japanese names. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anyway, Chio, what's with the taxi? Did it feel like driving out there? Here? Saturday, I don't have a driver's license. Or a car. I'm very strong public transport advocate. I thought I told you this. What? No, you totally didn't. She totally did. He did. She did. It's literally so recent that you can see it in your messages without scrolling. You guys are no fun. Shio laughed. Anyway, my place is pretty close to here, but the bus doesn't run at a reasonable enough rate for me to be here at this time, so I took a taxi. Speaking of which, we should probably not keep them waiting. Good point, Sat. Give me your suitcase, and I'll put it in the back with mine. I nodded and rolled my suitcase over to the back of the taxi. Allison opened up the trunk and slid our bags in together. Girls don't want to let her gaslight. No, they don't. By her relatively short appearance, she was much stronger than I was. That isn't exactly a hard part to pass. I sat down in the back, and the other three slid in beside me. It was the tightest fit I've ever been in my entire life. And being squished in next to the person I was madly in love with made the ride a whole lot more awkward than it probably should have been. Luckily, it was about a 35-minute drive from Tokyo International Airport to Chiyo's apartment in Ikebukuro. Oh! Wait, I swear she said she drove back in like TH2 or something? Yeah! Oh, chapter 2, yes! Wait. Wait a minute, wait, what? Yeah, you're right! She had a car! During the stay back in chapter 2. I'm confused. Okay, I'm lost, but sure. Which, to be honest, the logic is logicking? I don't know. Which, to be honest, 35 minutes longer than I would have liked it to be. But it could have been a whole lot worse. Chiyo's apartment was part of a small 3-story condo. Luckily, there were a few extra rooms that Chiyo usually used as office space that she prepared mattresses in. Eddie and Kotami got one room, and Alice and I got the other, which was fine by both of us. Oh, did you finish setting up all your stuff? Yeah, not like there was much to set up. All we had was the stuff in our carry-on bags. That's fair. We're Allison and Eddie. I think both of them are in their rooms. We had to get up early to pack up for our flight. It makes sense that at least some of us would be exhausted. You guys aren't, though. I'm nocturnal. There are times where this is about the time of day I wake up. Oh, I see. That doesn't sound healthy. But I'm not your caretaker, so I won't pry. Appreciate it. My sleep schedule's already enough for a hassle. Oh, mood. You guys want to sit down in the living room and chat for a bit? I haven't had the chance to meet you yet, Kotami. Sure. I'm assuming you'll still be up for a bit too, right, Saturday? Yeah, of course. I'll join you guys in a minute. Let me just go check on Allison first. The anger veins on yeah, the anger veins I saw. Sure thing. Chiyo Kotami walked down the short hallway to the living room. I started walking up the stairs to the bedrooms that she was letting us stay. Slowly opened the door to the room. That's a nice heck of a room. I slowly opened the door to the room Allison and I were staying in. Sure enough, Allison lay inside, passed out cold. Backed out of the room slowly, but then I heard a soft voice from below. Good day. I looked back, and Allison had one of her eyes open looking at me. Hmm? What's up, Allie? Can you give me a solid? Fill up the glass with water. I don't have the energy to get up to it myself right now. Pointed at an empty glass on the nightstand beside her bed. I laughed. Of course I can. Hold tight. Grabbed the glass, walked over to the adjacent bathroom, and filled it up. Whoa, is that clean enough? Are you sure? No. And I brought it back to the bedside and leaned down to place it on the nightstand. Thanks, Saturn. Saturn? Thanks, Saturn. Love you. What? I was so caught off guard by Allie's sleep talking. I don't even think she realized what she was saying. I would probably forget by the morning. I regained my composure and smiled, and then hesitated for a second before I left the room. I mean, I get tap water in Japan is drinkable. I'm not just used to it. Because here, we do not do it. Love you too, Allie. Get some rest, okay? Closing the door, I stood in the hallway for solid minutes to wait for myself to stop blushing before I went back downstairs. Cute. Chiyo, Kotami, and I sat in the living room for the next half hour, talking about how life had been the past few months. I felt this sense of almost familiarity. Oh, someone needs to... Familiarity? I think, is that the right word or familiarity? I don't know. Growing up, I had always been the loner aside from the few friends I've had. And even then, aside from Allison, none of my friends felt super close to me in a sense. Why are you such a mood, Saturday? To be honest, fair. I live in a place with drinkable tap water, and even I don't do it regularly. I've been to Korea. I've been to Japan. Both places I know have drinkable tap water for most. I can't say about Korea, but I know Japan does. But now I feel like I really found the people I love, and that I would do anything to protect. Soon enough, Kotomi went to bed, and Chio followed. I sat at the living room alone for a few minutes before retiring for the night myself. We had agreed to spend a few days out enjoying the city before doing any kind of thinking about the Sunrise Foundation, and I didn't want to be even remotely tired for that. I wanted to go to Tokyo for a long time, and I wasn't about to pass up the chance I'd been given. To be honest, I drink tap water too, but I'm at least 60% sure it's not entirely safe. It's probably just a culture. I'm really not gonna be anything, even if you're telling me it's safe, I'm not gonna drink from tap water. I'm not gonna drink tap water. Huh. Wait, what? Didn't I live in Tokyo at one point? Oh. Well. Hello? There's so many songs! Ooh, what in the heck is that? Wait, what is this? BPM? UTF? It is not even an actual Unicode. What? What a title is that? Okay then. Let's try playing this. Hold up. Okay. Yes, my favorite text code format. Whoa, wait, whoa. Oh, this song. Very catchy. Oh my god, this is getting me. Not the BPM speed. I did not expect the screamo! I'm gonna break my keyboard at this point. Woo! I love that one. It was so fun. For an 11, this is really bursty. I know. It is. It was very... I did not expect that at all. What is this? Singularity. Yeah, try to check. I want to play more songs. Hold on. Okay. It was, because especially there's a BPM change. There's like a sudden change in speed. That's actually the kind of songs that I kind of, I keep saying kind of. Oh my god, excuse me. Why is my mouth not moving at all? I'm weirded out by my tracking at this point. Hold on. My check, is it going well? Nah, I don't think this is going well. Maybe if I just increase the sensitivity? No, not really. Maybe I just increase it to... You know what? That's fine. I think this is fine. The George song? The George song? Man, I can't see George without imagining G-Shoot. You know, that's what I thought. Why jorts of all words? Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I mean, I'm just like... banger artist? Wait a minute, I'm so confused now. You know what? Okay. Wait. Oh, they make singularity. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, I missed. Whoops. Oh, the artist is named George? Okay. Nice song though. It's really catchy. Ooh. Keep looking at my score and keep getting distracted. Ah, shit, I missed. Oh. Ooh, so catchy. My arm is starting to itch. Shit. Ah, shit. It's fine. I can hold it in. Wah. Wah. This guy just can turn a lead set into something to permanently grab. It does, actually. It's really, really good. It's really, really, really good. Sorry to get annoyed with my camera here. I want to know why is my mouse not working? Oh, that sounds wrong. I mean, my model is not tracking properly. My eyes are getting tracked, but my mouth isn't. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it do. Oh well. Okay. Freedom of the soul. Okay. Content warnings. This episode contains topics of getting older, adulthood, ruminations, and... Okay, for those who doesn't want this topics, content warning, this contains whatever this says here. Yes. I'm giving you a few seconds. Alright. Are we good? We good? Okay. Continue. Though it was already our second day in Tokyo, it was our first chance to actually go out and explore a bit. We'd spent the entirety of the 17th recovering from jet lag and general exhaustion from packing everything up and moving it out of our temporary home in Kagoshima. It wasn't until today we actually had the chance to get out of Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro Station! Wow! So this is what a subway station in the big city looks like. It's not that different from the ones down south. Just never ride the metro line. Sure it is! It's all in the vibes! And as a certified vibes expert, I proclaim that the vibes here are totally different! How are you making that sound with your mouth? After a while, I learned to stop questioning it. Surprised you haven't, Ali. You've known her for way longer than I have. There are some things about the nature of reality I haven't come to terms with yet. Takumi walked over to one of the automated kiosks and printed 3 tickets, one for each of us. It was just Kotomi, Ali, and I today. Eddie and Chiyo had stayed back at the apartment to go over the facts of the case once more. I would have liked to stay with them, but I can admit that my energy might be a bit of a hindrance for someone trying to think something through intellectually. Oh god, wait, hold on. It's the vibes, Dubs! It was probably best to let the detective do the work. Yeah, it's probably a good idea for that. The detective do the whole work around on the cases and stuff. I mean, even though she got fired. So Kotomi, Ali, and I grouped up and decided to take the Yorakucho line to Chuo to check out the Ginza shopping district. Oh man, I miss Ginza too. Whew. Kotomi walked back and handed us our ticket. This is only valid for one trip. We'll get longer tickets on the other side. Got it! No, because like if Ali questioned it, then surely it's not pronounced the way you said it. I don't know. I just based it off from the waves. I based it off of the waves of the sentence. Kotomi scanned our tickets for us and we walked through. The ride to Ginza Chomei Station was about half an hour. The train we were at was decorated with a lot of cute advertisements and decoration. Wow! This could be the future of public transportation! These are all things we have on the other metro line Saturday. Just always take the bus. I glared at her jokingly. You're ruining my whimsical sense of discovery. That's bad. Bye, Ali. Allison sighed but chuckled. Though the ride was uneventful. Just looking out and seeing the sights of the capital of Japan as we rode through, Bonkyo and Chiyoda made the ride feel like the gift of a lifetime for me. I was never really partial to the nature vibes of Hanadachis, even if I missed it a little having been away for so long. Even despite that, I often found myself forgetting I have lived on Hanadachis in the first place. Probably natural after not living there for a few months. And it felt like a little unnatural, like the fact of living there in the first place wasn't right. Am I being real for a sec? I thought she was speaking Tagalog. I was toasting it a little. I think, yeah, you might be dissociating a little. And I shook the thought from my mind. Ooh, Ginza. Here we are. It's split up from here, but make sure to keep in contact through text. The absolute latest. Let's meet back at the station by 4:30, yeah? Sounds good. Where are you going? I'm going to Ginza 6. I've heard a lot about it for a while. Want to check it out? How about you? I'll probably just wander around the streets for a bit. Not often you get the chance to just wander around Tokyo. What are you going to do Saturday? I'm going to take a taxi up to Akihabara. More my kind of vibe. Pretty far out. Come with you? I mean, if you want to. I know how to use a taxi system. Allison seemed to contemplate for a second, but I thought it would be better to just trust her. I appreciate it. Okay. Just text me something happens, okay? Yep, will do. Hiba! Three of us split up, each exploring the big city in the way that appealed to us most. Despite the rough circumstances that led us here, the chances for a trip to the capital isn't worth anything. Eddie and Chio could discuss them at home, but we were all more than willing to take a much-needed breather. Immediately after stepping off Akihabara Station, I was assaulted with a wave of sound. It made sense after all. Akiba was the biggest electronic district of Tokyo, covered from head to toe, or floor to ceiling, with anime and video game merchandise. Holy shit, this is insane! Of course, my excitement and adoration tripled once I actually reached the main strip of Akihabara. Even though its full glory shone in the night hours when the streets were all illuminated by the neon glow of the buildings from all angles, the sheer size of everything made my jaw drop. Buildings were adorned in signs in all possible positions, and even the characters on the signs seemed to be fighting for space. Just to say everything that the sign wanted to say. Lumi! Hi, Lumi! Welcome to the stream, Lumi! Hello! Oh, it seems like you two know each other. Give me 1 sec to shout you out, girl. There you go. How's it going? How's your day, Lumi? I hope you're having a good afternoon. Womanhood beating my ass. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you're resting well. Make sure to take care of yourself. Get something like a small treat for you. You deserve it. It's truly an information. Yeah, so I'm in Akihabara for some reason. I'm doing my best to be productive. Yes, that is a mood and a half. It was truly an information overload. And of course, I felt right at home in the midst of this. I walked around in the radio building for a while, looking at every single one of the merch items that adorned each of the floors. After spending an hour here alone, realizing I was only on the third of the 10 floors, geez, I forced myself to walk back out for my own good. I ended up spending most of my time at the game station arcade. I didn't often get a chance to visit arcades, with them being less common in the southwest. Straight up non-existent in Tanegashima. Yes! I finally got an S on a 10! Let's go! Spent the following hour and a half trying a bunch of new rhythm fighting. God dang it, rhythm games again! Never got the chance to try, falling in love with a whole ton of new games all over again. That's when Kanshi Super... That's what Kanshi Super does? Why is that blockable at all? I'd known it for a while, but hanging out in Akiba had settled it. I'm definitely moving to Tokyo once all of this is over. I thought you used to live in Tokyo. Kotomi was walking through Ginza, looking around at all of the towering shopping centers around her. Of course, the trip out to Ginza was little more than a sightseeing trip for her. She and Eddie were never particularly wealthy, and that held even more true now that they were running on limited funds that had been amassed during their months of working at a random grocery store in Kagoshima. Honestly, I'm glad that nightmare is over. Never send me back to retail again. The extravagant and atmosphere of everything related to Tokyo, but especially Ginza, served as a reminder, sort of reminder for Kotomi. A reminder of a fancier world that existed beyond what she'd lived up to that point. Being stuck on Tanegashima her whole life. Not to say she wanted to be super rich or anything naive like that, but Kotomi had a habit of letting others trample over her for the sake of her own success. Whoa, okay. Never sounding that deep. And you don't really make it anywhere in life if you don't learn to have the care enough for yourself as well. That is indeed true. That is indeed true. You go say it, Saturday. Kotomi stopped in front of a video game merch store, which weren't particularly common in Ginza. Is there one in Ginza? I've been to Ginza, but I don't remember anything like that. Did I accidentally walk all the way to Akiba by mistake? Well, whatever. Wasn't really one for that of childish entertainment as she saw it, but decided to take a look inside anyway. That's scary as heck. Now, why does it look creepy? The store wasn't nearly as big as the large, expensive department stores that made Ginza what it was, but instead a humble one-store installation into a large shopping complex. Otami browsed the aisles of a little while as she looked at titles of video games she'd never heard of. Oh, Xenostrike Legend. I think Saturday told me about that one. You mean Xenoblade? Is that what I mean? I haven't played the series of Xenoblade, by the way, but I've been hearing a lot of good reviews about it. Xenostrike Legend, huh? Though she'd never say it to her face, at least not for a while. Otami envied Saturday in a way. Oh, this is the narrator. Never mind. Saturday had the kind of freedom. Xenoblade Chronicles, to be specific. Okay. Good job, game. I really like the freaking naming here. Of, like, trying to avoid, you know, copyright and trademark stuff. Though she'd never say it to her face, at least not for a while, Otami envied Saturday in a way. Saturday had the kind of freedom and energy that most people envy once they hit their 20s. And although Saturday would turn 20 next July, Otami didn't doubt for a second that the energy would stick around for a while. We love legally and distinct product names, yep. There was a little demo kiosk for some game console at the back of the store, and a couch set up to imitate a little gaming lounge. So for once in her life, Kotami decided to enjoy a bit of the youth she thought she didn't have anymore, and ended up spending 2 hours in the store trying all of the different games. The owner of the store, a surprisingly older woman, seemed to get great enjoyment from watching Kotami try for hours to break all of the scores and see as much of each of the games available as she could in the limited demo kiosk. When her lunch break came, she decided to go and sit down next to Kotami on the couch. That's cute! You sure are having fun here? Not often you get people spending a lot of time in a game store in this part of the city. Huh? Oh! Yeah, I guess. It's been, what, 10 minutes? I'm sorry if I'm hogging the machine or something. Storekeeper laughed and back into the couch cushions. It's been an hour and a half, actually. But it's okay. Nobody else really comes by for that long. I especially don't see people using this old thing. Old thing? This is like a preview cast for some upcoming console, right? Ha! Maybe if you're living in the year 2011. Sorry? What year is this? The Wii U died due to poor sales back in 2016. You mean Wii? Is it the Wii? Like Nintendo Wii? The Wii U? Oh, you're right. I do remember that happening. Like, no, it didn't really actually gain a lot of sales back in the day. But it was actually a really good console. Yeah, I really remember that. I really loved playing the Wii U. It was so fun. But I wasn't much of a console person. I was like, I don't like to buy a lot of those things because it's just my space. Plus, I don't get to play a lot of games on the console back in the day. I had a PSP, and I also had a PS2. Well, I still have it here with me. So my PS1 is here, still working, the box type PS1. And I use like my old CDs with it. I also have my PS2, but apparently a lot of my CDs for my PS2 disappeared, and I can't find it anymore. So I just have to find a game that's actually gonna work with this thing. And this is originally in Japan, that was bought in Japan, so this is regioned in Japan. Yeah. I have the white one. I still have a PS1 and PS2. Other than that, I don't have anything else, and then skip to the Nintendo Switch. Aside from the PSP that I had in the day. Yeah, that's all I have in terms of handheld and consoles in general, really. Paper Mario Color Splash and Splatoon were the best games on the console. No one can change my mind. Well, I wish I knew what type of gameplay they have. Also, Via Story takes place in 2020, I think. Oh, really? Okay. The Wii U died out of but it holds a special place in my heart, so I keep the demo kiosk up anyway. Huh. I had no idea. I don't play video games that often. Really? The way you were crushing all those scores, I thought a seasoned pro had walked into my shop. You were having the time of your life. Kotami laughed, seemingly flustered. Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer or anything. I don't really have time for that kind of, you know, younger entertainment. Storekeeper let out a large chuckle you might hear from someone's grandmother. Who says video games are for the younger folk anyway? I mean, look at me. Hit my 50s ages ago. I'm still running here. I'm here running this little shack. Huh. I don't think I've ever really thought about it that way. Heck yeah. Paper Mario is like an RPG type deal, and Splatoon is a third-person shooter. I know Splatoon, because the Switch has it. But the Paper Mario, I never really had it. Or never really experienced it. I remember being a young adult. You grow up, and then you think that that's that. Your youthful days are over. Now you're an all-serious adult who has to work a 9 to 5 and never think about anything else. Ha! As if. Your youthful energy only sticks with you as long as you let it. Why is this starting to get a little too real? Takumi didn't have a good response to that, but she knew the woman was right. Oftentimes, she found herself getting caught up in that bittersweet trap called nostalgia, regretting that her days of freedom were gone. You can always heal your inner child, Kotomi! Do it! Because I do! There's no one too old to have plushies on your bed! But the truth is, if you keep yourself in the good memories of the past, you can never make more good memories in the present or future. Storekeeper stood up. You know, this thing was a commercial failure almost a decade ago. But I still have some for sale in the storeroom. It's just personal recommendation, but I think it's a great little console for trying out new things. Never had an overwhelmingly large game library. Nobody else wants it. They're technically for sale. Kotomi thought about it for a second. What the hell? I'm not a fashionista. I don't think I'm gonna be interested in much else in Ginza. Oh wait, she's so cute! She went out and bought games and a console! That's so nice! Kotomi also stood up and walked over to the counter. She ended up walking out of the store with the console and a few games. Oh, you go get him, Kotomi! You go get him! I love her. 44. Allison ended up not buying much, instead looking around at all the expensive clothes and finally finding herself a place to sit down in the food court. Why do I feel like I've been here? Well, I've never been inside the actual mall in Ginza, but I've been to some areas. Man, I must 10. Of course, she knew that she wouldn't end up buying much, but more so just taking in the atmosphere of a place where so many people cared about their appearance and the way they present themselves to the world. So many people here in fancy, cute outfits. I kind of feel out of place sitting here with just my normal jacket. Allison was never particularly one to care about her outward appearance or presentation. And she never really understood why people would, at least not in the beginning. All of this changed when Saturday came out to her as transgender, though. Thinking back on it, it really has been 7 years since then. Man, I want to think about the fact that September 2015 was 7 years ago now. Okay. 7 years ago. So you might be right about... Because it's 2025. So that's 10 years ago. 2015. So it's around 2022. More or less. 2021 or 2022. If it's 7 years ago from 2015. Yep. At first, Allison wasn't really understood the concept when Saturday had brought it up to her. Thinking about it for a little bit, it felt fairly obvious to her. Why shouldn't people get the chance to choose who they want to be? Yes! Gender, sexuality, race, religion. All these properties don't matter as long as the person is kind and humane. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was what Allison believed, though she was relatively quick to accept who Saturday wanted to be. But both of them were still young. The idea of someone harboring hate stemming from another person's identity didn't make sense to them. Truly, to be young is to be more blissful. Though Allison had always been more confident about her gender and being fine with who she was on that front. Saturday's own realizations about her identity did lead Allison to think a bit on her own life throughout the years. It was though that Allison realized she was asexual! Oh! I remember growing up thinking, wow, all that stuff is kind of gross. And that everyone would tell me, you stop thinking it's gross when you're older. And then I just never stopped thinking it's kind of gross. Let's go, Allison! Oh, thank you for the redeem note coming. Thank you so much. Hello. Allison has struggled with that for a long time. She had felt like because she wasn't seeing what everyone else saw, she was defective or something was wrong with her. Saturday helping her out with her own journey of self-discovery was what made her fall in love in the first place. Yeah, that's really cute. Even from the start, Allison and Saturday had always been the most important person in each other's lives. One might wonder how it took so long for their true feelings to blossom. Yeah. Suddenly, Allison's phone buzzed when she read the chat log on her lock screen. Couldn't help but burst into smug laughter. Oh my god. How do you leave the subway? And I have to leave before at least 4 a.m. I feel like I'm doing a mission. It's okay. For those who are here, please don't force yourself to stay awake. If you need to sleep and have something else to do tomorrow, please do. And thank you for the redeem on stretch. I have been actually stretching a little bit. So yeah, just take care of yourselves, go to sleep, and yeah. Have a good eat. Follow the yellow exit signs. Heading up. No, like, what does the exit gate want from me? Put your ticket in, and it will open and shoot it through. Was I supposed to get my ticket back from the station I put it into? Oh god. Oh, yes. Comes out on the other side. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 With a helpless grin, Allison stood up from the food court, looked like she would have to rescue Saturday from the Ginza metro station. Oh god, it was a long episode actually. Around this time is when I sleep. I work at evening, so I end up sleeping quite late. Oh, I see, I see. That makes sense. Well, see you sometime again. It was a pleasing stream so far. Gotta come back again. Thank you so much for dropping by, Gemini. I hope we see you again soon. And I hope you have a good day, night, and... wait, sorry. Have a good night and have a good eat. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I also gotta pee real quick. I swear to God, I feel like my... There you go. I fixed my, my thingy. My camera. I'm starting to get a little too annoyed because it's not capturing me a lot. Hold on. I'll be right back. Gotta pee. Here, B. I'm back. Hello. I am back. And I'm ready to play again. I think I'm just also gonna finish this chapter before I end stream. Hopefully it's much, how do you say this? The puzzle won't be too difficult. I'm scared. I'm very scared. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to adjust my camera. There you go. Oh, okay. What's this? Dear my end summer. I'm curious. I'm very curious. To be honest, I haven't even scraped the surface of this chapter yet. Oh god. Wow, the beat drop. Got distracted by my mom calling me. I should have not opened the messenger. I wish I could play like I used to. When your hands don't move like you used to before. Sorry. God, I forgot that my mom's downstairs. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to play that one. What is my score? It's always about to be like almost S. A Charlie Puth reference in the day and age. You might mean Ed Sheeran. Oh my gosh. $12.40, can you blame me? I'm so sorry. I mean, I know you're supposed to sleep. I'm eventually gonna go and end this as well. But I do want to... if I can't finish it today, we'll see. We'll just do with another stream. This episode contains topics of panic and worry. Ta-da! This is exactly what we need. Shiro carried a large cork board into the room. Eddie looked at her with an exasperated glare. Seriously? What? I've always wanted one of these. Your notepad is very clearly running out of space. Eddie looked down. It was true. Her notepad had been her primary method of taking notes since she started working as a detective, and it was almost completely filled up. He sighed. Okay, one more time. From the top. We know that Tsuki went to work, disappeared on her lunch break, boarded a ferry, went to the shrine, and then nothing. Do we even have anything else? Ryo thought to herself for a second. Nothing I can think of, unless you want to count the fact that the universe is conspiring against us. A fire without a source and a coincidental cave-in are kind of suspicious, don't you think? What? What? You think there's a good god out there that's pissed at us? It said it as a joke. Shio didn't flinch or laugh. At this point, would you be surprised? It all seems fake, I guess. Or like we're following a trail of breadcrumbs that stray for us far enough for the truth for us. From the truth for us to follow it without question. That's an interesting take, actually. Don't you think? The moment, the door slammed open. Shio and Eri both jumped. Allison, Kotomi, and I walked into the room. Oh. Welcome back. How was Ginza? So cool. We got a lot of fun stuff. And I definitely did not get lost in Ginza Station on the way back. Didn't happen. Allison? Kotomi? That happened. I glared at them and then carried the bags full of apparel and goodies that we brought over to the kitchen counter. Kotomi slumped over into the couch, absolutely exhausted. Alice, on the other hand, noticed the comically oversized corkboard and started fawning over it. Whoa! That's the biggest corkboard I've ever seen. And you've organized it so well. Are these tabs color-coded? Oh my god, they're organized by the date followed by an alphabetical of sort. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. Oh, you're such a nerd. Eri and Kotomi looked at this strange turn of character with confused expressions, while I stood in the corner, just smirking. Guess they really don't know that much of her, huh? Even Chiyo is surprised by her strange passion for organization. Yeah, it vertically shows approximate time. Verticality? Yeah, looping from around 7 a.m. at the top, 6 a.m. at the bottom. Because that's the lowest concentration of events. This leads up to a more coherent organizational structure. Oh my god, yes! It's gonna be at this for a while. Thank god. Allison fangirling over a corkboard was not on my bingo card when I played. Me neither. I decided to leave the two of them to their excited ramblings about organization and court. Eddie walked over to me. So, what did the two of you manage to figure out while we were gone? Anything new? Eddie sighed. Nothing, unfortunately. We were spitballing a few theories, but unless you have good explanation for the random acts of nature impending on our progress, we kind of hit a roadblock. I think we'll need to look at some of the lesser places of interest in the Tokyo area and hope to find a trail. I noticed that the music is not really heard in the background anymore. Kind of expecting that, honestly. But I have good news. Got you a plush while we were in Ginza. I shuffled around a bit before pulling the plush in question out of my bag. Crudely drawn cat, vaguely shaped to be huggable. Aww, that's so cute! I will cherish this greatly. Eddie quickly scurried to find a spot in the room to act as a pedestal for it. Aww! Oh, I'm glad she likes it. The next time I glanced over, I saw her placing what I can only assume is an offering bowl in front of it. Placed a handful of coins from her purse. Strange seeing the sight of Eddie, but it's sweet. Looking back at the corkboard, Chio was exasperatedly guiding Allison through every single note placed on it. Seemingly running out of stamina. What plushie from noise? I don't understand. What is the reference? Allison seemed to be none of the wiser to this, though. I guess I'll clean myself up a little. He walked to the washroom and splashed some water on my face. When I was washing my hands, however, I felt a vibration in my pocket. My phone? Who could that be? Fumbled around in my jacket pocket, pulled out my phone, but I didn't have any notifications. Then it slowly dawned on me that I didn't have vibration notifications turned on my phone in the first place. Uh-huh. An image. What's going on here? Reaching onto my pocket again, I pulled out my other phone, the burner that Eddie had given me. Maybe he wanted to let me know the battery was dying. Fortunately, that was not the case. The display read one new message. Huh? That's not possible. I opened the rudimentary messaging app and opened the unread message. When I saw what it was in it, I froze. Hexadecimal? Is this some kind of prank? Of course, the hexadecimal wasn't what caught my eye first. The sender was. Huh? Eh? My own phone. I rushed back into the living room, out of breath. Allison was done with her corkboard fantasizing and was sitting on the couch with Kotami. All of them looked up at me. Saturday, what's wrong? My phone, there was a message, and... Sensing that I was panicking a bit, Allison stood up and walked over to me. Come on, sit down. What happened? Sat down on the couch and exhaled. I explained the text message that appeared on my burner phone with myself listed as the sender. Eddie frowned. Yeah, by all means, that shouldn't be possible. I don't think I have to ask you if you were actually the one who sent the message. Yeah, of course I wasn't. I'm more concerned about the message itself. It's readable in hexadecimal. Most of the bytes are within the lowercase axi rate. I forgot how it's pronounced. Yeah, you're right. I'll transcribe it. Eddie took out her phone and plugged the hexadecimal into an online. It says fourth report.mp4. Found it? Blood ran cold. There was only one thing this mystery person could be hinting at by sending only a file name. Sure enough, it led to a video on the shrine-report.xyz site, which represented a similar kind of puzzle to the original video from way back in December. We spent a good hour or so trying to stop the cipher. It led to an address and a time similar to the original video, an empty lot near Shinjuku Station, and the time of 8:15 p.m. on November 19th tomorrow. We all went silent after that. It was clear what the message was asking us to do. Okay, if no one else is going to say it, I will. This is totally a trap, right? Definitely, but also one I'm not sure we can afford avoiding. Normally, I'd best to give it backup, but we don't have that luxury. Eddie stood up from the couch and clenched her fist. Shio, would you mind accompanying me tomorrow in case of danger? You're the oldest one here. I'm sorry to have to involve a civilian in a situation like this, but I need backup of some kind, and you're definitely the most able to fend for yourself. Where's Eddie? Stood up protesting. Hold on, why just you two? I know it's dangerous, but this message was directed at me, right? You definitely want me there. Because if it is a trap, we'd be bringing you directly in harm's way. Isn't that my choice to make, not yours? I understand that, but please, I want to know the truth. No convincing you otherwise, is there? Dad, are you sure you want to do this? I don't want something to happen to you. I'm sure. Please let me come. This feels like the culmination of everything that's happened this past few months. I'm begging you guys. You're right, I guess. But I'm coming with you. Eddie started protesting, but stopped herself. Hold on. Oh, never mind. But you two are going to be on a tight leash, okay? Allison and both nod. Eddie knew by now that the only person as stubborn as I am is Allison, and that it'd be a waste of energy trying to fight us. We also know that Eddie just wants us to be safe, so we don't usually go against her wishes unless it's really important. Settle then. We leave by 7:30. We can get there at the designated time easily. I suppose you're also going to want to come, Kotami? Of course I am. My best friend and my sister are going into the enemy's nest and you want me to stay at home twiddling my thumbs? Not happening. Kotami's determination was unwavering, something that we rarely saw from her. But she knew how to stick to her beliefs when it came down to it. It was one of the reasons we got along in the first place. Well then, until then, let's try not to worry. Here's the mind. Something. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just opening everything already at this point. Okay, let me see what image you sent me. Oh! Noise star. Oh! I never knew of this. Oh my god, what is this? I walked over on the movator and slid across it. Eddie, Gotomi, and Allison stood still the entire time. Stared at me. It was this miserable experience. And you just moving back and forth. What is this meme? Think you're breathing with this? I don't think I'll be able to have another breath. I'm gonna be so lightheaded after that. What the heck is it? You have so much more to get through. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, kind of expected that. The game seems somehow long in a way, not long either. But we'll see about that. We'll find out. Cool. The episode contains topics of panic and worry, eerie atmosphere, being overwhelmed, confronting difficult truths, panic attacks, yelling, arguing, unreality, guns? Not again. Bro. Okay, I think this content warning is needed for me as well. Just not everyone else. But yeah, if you guys... Kitchen gun? Nah, I don't know. Just make sure that you guys have seen the warnings, and I'm already gonna continue with the game, and please make sure to know and focus on yourself. Probably kitchen gun? What is a kitchen gun? We had tried to take our minds off of what was coming. Oh, it was approximately 90 minutes before the time specified in the puzzle video. I was sitting on the bed in my guest room in Chiyo's apartment. I wasn't sure how to explain the feeling, but it felt like everything was converging to this single night. I wasn't sure if I was ready to find the answers that were waiting for me. The video message's appearance has made it plenty clear that I no longer had any choice in the matter. The door opened, and Allison walked in. Are you okay? Yeah, I am. I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous. She sat down on the bed beside me and rested her head on my shoulder. I'd be more surprised if you weren't nervous. I'm nervous too. I think everyone is. But I don't doubt that you've got it worse. So much of this is centered around your own feelings. I guess it's just important that I make sure you know that I'm here for you if you need me for anything. Ever. I think that's the main reason I've been able to come so far. Yeah? What makes you say that? She was hiding it, but I could tell that got all her flustered. She had that oddly insecure side to her compassion. At first, I wanted to pretend that everything was okay. All those months ago, on that day what ended in this museum fire. I hurt you and myself by trying to force myself to believe I was doing better than I was. So I started trying to be more honest. Open up more when I was feeling out of it. I've worried a little, all this time, that your high spirits over these past few months have been the result of you putting on a brave face. I worried about that too. I'm sorry I'm starting to sound a little monotone, because my voice is starting to kind of... my voice is starting to kind of, what's the word? Run down. I forgot the term. My god, my head is also kind of run down. Whew. Starting to get a little tired. I worried about that too. It's way too easy to fall into unhealthy habits without realizing it. But when I took the time to analyze the situations I was in, I found that it was all true. I was able to live some of my most true months this past fall, even despite my life being completely upended ever since the summer. And while, yeah, I owe some of that to Eri, Gotomi, and even Chiyo, I think most of it was because of you. You flatterer. I'm not special. There are tons of girls like me. Whether that's true or not doesn't change anything, because I don't have this kind of connection with any of them. Fair enough. Glancing at Allison, she buried her head in my shoulder, obviously not expecting a wholehearted answer to her joking question. You've changed too. Have I? Absolutely you have. The Allison of summer 2022, oh, I was right with 2022, would have told me that there's absolutely no way we should pay any mind to the puzzle video. Don't know if you realized it, but at some point, your goalpost shifted from trying to stop me from action to being there for me when action arises. And that helped a lot, seriously. I think that after the museum incident, and then especially the cave-in, Just kind of realized there was no turning back. That really was the turning point. Ha! Chapter 2. Ha! Turning point. Yeah. I really wish you gave yourself more credit. It's no big deal, really. I don't think I deserve any kind of special praise. I leaned over and planted a kiss on her cheek. Well, you're getting it anyway. What a shame. The keyboard smash! How do you vocalize that kind of sound with your mouth? You gotta tell me. Maybe once you tell me how you vocalize the tilde. Both of us laughed and sat in silence for a little while longer. You know, logic ain't logicking at this point. Reveling in the moment as if the world was going to end in a matter of seconds. The peace could only last so long. My alarm went off. Time to get going? Yeah, it is. I still want to know what the hell these sounds sound like. Yeah, I don't know either. I just know the keyboard, it's the keyboard sound. Smashing keyboard sound. But how do you sound that on your... using your mouth? I have no clue. Are you ready? No, I'm not. That's okay. I'll be right here with you every step of the way. I know. Thank you, Ali. I love you. Love you too. Now, let's not keep Chio waiting. I mean, just date already. You're saying I love you already. You just... I mean, I get it, though. I get it. But dang. He stood up, walked out of the room, flicked the lights off with the switch on the wall, and as I did, I took one more glance around the room. How many things will have changed by the time I step into this room again? The location specified in the video message was right by Shinjuku Station, but it was only a short train ride away from Ikebukuro. As we rode on the train, Eddie briefed us on the backup plans in case something went awry. Obviously, our burner phones are the best way to send out any kind of SOS. Assuming y'all brought yours? Yeah, we did. But, why are you only checking this now? Couldn't you have double-checked before we left? You're right, but it seems like it all worked out in the end, so there's no need to dwell on it. I could tell from her tone that she had also spent most of the time before we left preparing herself mentally for whatever was about to come. Over the past few months, I've come to realize that Eddie is much less steel-willed as he seems, probably even more fragile than Takumi. She's gotten better at opening herself up to those insecurities, but it's a process, so she's still the hard-ass police detective who isn't allowed to emote at times. I looked around at my friends. The thought entered my mind that I might not get to see one of or all of them after the events of tonight, but I dismissed the thought from my mind. Allison saw me tense up slightly anyway, though, and gripped my hand tighter as if to say, it's all going to be okay in the end. That more or less helped to finally calm me down. Though the train ride was short, it felt like it lasted an eternity. But even eternity reaches the end of time eventually. Sure enough, we got off the metro line at Shinjuku Station and walked up into the busy streets of the red light district. Oh wow, sudden. Wait, I just hear messages from my phone. Give me one sec. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's my mother. Oh, well, never mind. There's nothing. Okay. The location we'd been pointed to was visible immediately after leaving the station. It was... Wait, what's going on here? I thought that it was an empty lot on the map. It definitely was. Looks like the gate to the lot is open. Almost like we're being welcomed in. My uneasy feelings rose up briefly, but I gripped Allison's hand harder, and we walked forward through the fence surrounding the building that shouldn't be there. The building was tall, easily above 15 stories. When we walked around the back, there was a plate near a door that made me freeze in my tracks. I won't sleep, Rikka. I'll see you next streaming. Okay, next... Oh, woo. See you next time, Rian. Thank you so much for dropping by. Have a good sleep. That's odd. The live didn't notify me. Hello, Tatsushi! I'm not sure. Sometimes YouTube and Twitch notifications are very wonky, so both of them are actually pretty funny. Like that. Sunrise building? Hearing my shock, Eddie, Kotomi, and Chio hurried over. Sure enough, back entrance has a sign above it that read Sunrise Building near rear entrance. The Sunrise Foundation again. They've been all over this mystery, and now a building with the same name has appeared in the lot that we were led to believe was empty. It shouldn't be a stretch to say that something's up. You're... You're right. Why did this building come up? Something else is bothering. God, my voice is gonna be so done. 4 of us look at Eddie. What is it, Eddie? What? Excuse me. When we were walking in there, I saw one of the pedestrians look at me and overheard them say something along the lines of, "Why are they going into the empty lot?" You think they can't see the huge-ass building? For some reason? It's not possible if to them it doesn't exist. So then, why can we see it? Because I have allowed you to. Oh, it's dawn! The 5 of us jump at the sudden arrival of a voice unfamiliar to us. Spinning around really fast, we saw a woman in a long dress leaning against the side of the building. Who are you? Bleh! Who are you? Are you... Relax. I'm not your enemy. I'm the one who called you here in the first place. I take that to mean you would be Kisho Biori then? Yeah, that's right. I'm the one who sent you that message. How did you get the contact for our burner phones? Careful surveillance. Have you been stalking us? No. Are you done with the questions? I called you here because I thought it might be time for you to learn the truth. And why should we listen to you? Because you came all the way out here in the first place. Why did you do that if you have no intention of listening? It's okay, Chiyo. So, Kisho, what do you know? Do you know where my sister is? You could say that, yes. What was with the vague response? I think it would be better if you saw for yourself. That's why I led you here. We choose to lie in this building. Normally obstructive when you can't see. I've allowed you to see it. Is it like optical illusion thing? No, that can't be right. For now, I just need you to trust me. You'll find all of the answers you're looking for in me. So let's go. You can get us in? Yes. Hurry up. Now. With an attitude that clearly said she had no time for fooling around, Isha walked to the door and opened it up. How did I know who that girl is? It appeared to already be unlocked. That couldn't be right. I tried to open that earlier, it was locked. Didn't hear her unlock it either. Who is this girl? The 5 of us exchanged a worried but determined glance. As was discussed, Takumi. I'd like you to stay outside here and notify us if anything goes awry. You're still okay with that, yeah? Yeah, I am. I'll message you immediately if something close pops up. You 4 ready? No, not at all. Well, let's go anyway. I let go of Allison's hand, and Allison, Eri, and Chia walked towards the door. As they started following them, Takumi tapped my shoulder. Hey, Saturday. Come here for a minute. What's up? Noticing that I'd stopped, Allison turned around, inquisitively. I assured her I'd be right there and ran back over to Takumi. I know you already know this, but in case you need a reminder, don't ever feel like you have to push yourself too hard in order to find answers. Okay? It's okay to feel overwhelmed and take a step back. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Takumi. Yeah, good luck in there. I rushed back over to where the others were standing, and we entered in the door, following the strange woman who called herself Kisho Biori. The lobby, as we could tell from the windows outside, was dark. In fact, none of the lights in the entire building appeared to be on, which further helped to drive home the uneasy feeling that we were inside a building that shouldn't exist. Good. You're here. Where did Takumi go? We decided before coming here that it came to us having to infiltrate some kind of building, should remain on the lookout outside. It's not a problem, I assume. You spoke matter-of-factly, with a cold tone I'd never heard from her before. Clearly didn't trust Kisho, and for good reason. Kisho sighed but ultimately didn't argue back. Yes, that's fine. We should be quick. Regardless, I can't keep this up all day. Keep what up? You're going to have to start actually explaining, you know. You're going to bring us out here to a building that nobody else can see and make us infiltrate it with you? The least you can do is lower your condescending attitude. Keisha looked like she wanted to snap back against that, but ultimately decided against it. Fine. This building is the headquarters of the Sunrise Foundation, which is, under almost all circumstances, hidden from the public eye. What I want to show you is on the top floor, which we can get to by the elevator. Sunrise Foundation, huh? What is it really? There's no way it's just the geology corporation, and it's all over this case, even from the very beginning. Of course, it's not a geology corporation, but there's a reason that everyone is led to believe it is. I think it would be better to explain on the elevator right up. Mind following me a little longer? Yeah, fair enough. The four of us followed her as she led us down a few hallways to the staff elevator. Despite the lack of lights in the building, the power to the elevator seemed to be working. After a short while, the door made a ding sound and opened up. Ah! God! Light! Oh my gosh, light mode. The elevator blasted us with light. Looked like the light was on in there, at least. We followed Keisha into the elevator. Oh, my eyes. Inside the elevator, Keisha pressed the button for the topmost floor, floor 17. The elevator whirred a bit, and then the doors closed. It felt as if the last thing connecting us to the world had been sealed shut, and the elevator cabin began to ascend. I suppose I'll ask you outright. Do you know what the Duskbreaker project is? What now? Upon hearing the word Duskbreaker, I felt a minor headache coming on, but I managed to push through. The Duskbreaker project is, well, in a way, you could say it's the true purpose of the Sunrise Foundation in its entirety. The geology business is a front of some sort, hiding what the company is really all about. So, what is the Duskbreaker project? Oh, sorry. So, what is the Duskbreaker project? Why is it so secret that they have to fake being a geology company to hide it? Well, they don't fake being a geology. Whatever. The Duskbreaker project, or just the Duskbreaker, as it's usually called, is effectively a neutral interface to the computer. Neural? Neural? Wait, is he neural or neutral? My eyes deceive me. Neural? Like, messes with your brain? Well, in a sense, yes. That's not what its main purpose was. So what? What was its main purpose? Keisha stopped for a second, as if for the first time she was hesitant on whether to continue. I gripped Allison's hand again. She gripped back as if to assure me that everything was going to be okay. Keisha finally spoke again. Duskbreaker's main purpose is a world simulation device. If you've ever seen that movie from the 80s, The Mattress? The Matrix? Oh, The Matrix! Dang it. Okay, game, okay. You got me there. It's like that. Well, not exactly. Just the part where it's simulating a world. Nobody was really sure what to say. What Keisha was saying was so outlandish, but all of us knew deep down that she had no reason to lie. Why we were so sure of this, they still don't know. But nobody tried to call her bluff, or tell her she was full of shit. This technology was obviously very secret. I'm not privy to knowing why the Sunrise Foundation was formed, or why they sought to create such a powerful machine. But the facts remain that the Duskbreaker does exist, and it's the center of everything relating to your sister's disappearance Saturday. Tell the truth, even from the start, I knew that there had to be some sort of big company involved with all of this. And a world simulation, but a world simulation is... I don't even know humanity had the technology to make something like that. Well, could always ask the lead engineers. Both of them are in this elevator. What? All of us jumped, though we had been less surprised by the revelation that a world simulator existed then. We even thought we'd be. Nobody seemed prepared for that one. But the lead engineer on the project was Keisha Biori, myself. The assistant lead engineer was one Chiyo Sakamura. What? Me? Everyone turned to look at Chiyo, who seemed the most surprised out of everyone. Are you serious? Why don't I remember this? Do you not? It makes sense that you would forget the exact details. But you yourself said that you had memories of working at the Sunrise Foundation, didn't you? was said so casually that most of us didn't think much of it, but Eri, being the natural detective that she was, didn't let that slip up past. Hold on. How do you know about that? We just met you today, and Shio definitely didn't talk about that any time within the last few weeks. Hey, yeah, wait, yeah, that's not right. What are you playing at, Kisho? Who are you? You're not Kisho. As if the next domino in a row of revelations had fallen over, all of us turned to look at Chiyo, surprised. It's true that I have fragments. Fragments mentioned! Fragments of memories of working at the Sunrise Foundation. I don't remember working on any Dustbreaker project. I don't know why the hell I would have forgotten. But I do remember one Kisho Biori. She was not you. So, who are you? The woman had until this point called herself Kisho side as she was minorly inconvenient. It was the most believable way to get you into the Sunrise building. I just took the most logical path. You tricked us? What the hell are you going to do to us? Nothing. I'm doing what I promised you I'd do. Showing you the truth. This was just the best way to present it. Of course, I knew this would all happen as well. It happens every other time. Every other time? You see, look. You see. Look. I know it's a lot to ask for your trust after lying about my identity, but I'm not here to be your enemy. The answers for everything are at the top of this building. Answers about Dustbreaker. Answers about your conflicting memories. Answers about how all of this ties back to your dear sister. As if on cue, the elevator finally stopped its ascent, and the doors opened to a dark hallway. If you must call me anything, dawn will suffice. But we have to be quick, because the real enemy will catch on before long. Hurry along now. The woman who now wore the name Dawn walked into the shadow of the lightless hall. Towards the end, I felt Allison's hand grip mine again. Are you doing okay, Sat? I think so. For now. It's a lot, but I can do it. I have to do it. Still here by your side. Yeah. Yeah. Four of us left the elevator into the hallway. God, chapter 3 is a lot to read. Not gonna lie. It's so much novel in here. Like, visual novel, it is visual noveling. The door closed behind us, casting our entire side into complete darkness once more. There was just enough light for us to make our way down the narrow hall. Though there were doors on either side of us, none of the nameplates had anything written on them, giving the impression that this floor was not to be used by anyone. Finally, we caught up with Dawn. He stood in front of a large double door at the end of the hallway, seemingly waiting for us and double-checking something. This is the only office on this floor that's occupied. It's the president's office. As in, the president of the Sunrise Foundation? Yes, this is his office. It's the first truth governing everything. Are you prepared? I stopped for a second, almost instinctively answering yes. Took the time to steady my breathing. I grounded myself using the warmth of the hand of the person I loved. Loved? And exhaled. Please open the door. Dawn seemed to understand my answer. She pushed the double doors open and invited us inside the office. Oh my god, that's creepy. So the office, like the hallway and lobby, was shrouded in darkness. Dawn pulled out what seemed to be a miniature flashlight. She walked to the front of the desk and leaned against it, facing me. Saturday. You know who the founder of the Sunrise Foundation is? Did I? I thought about it. I should know this, but everything in my mind is screaming at me that I don't. That doesn't make sense. I don't think I do. I see. Then? So look. Don't tell me it's her. She stepped inside and threw me the flashlight. I caught it and turned it on, finding it at the desk where she was just there, leaning. Or her sister, maybe. The light illuminated a small nameplate on the desk, adorned in fun-related decor. The nameplate read, Setsuki Tasogare. Wait, that name sounds familiar. I'm also gaslighting myself. Setsuki... Oh! Of course! I knew whose name this was. Setsuki Tasogare, my father. My dad is the president of the... Breathing intensified and my heart rate rose rapidly. Sensing that I was beginning to fall into a panic, Allison rushed over to the front of the desk where I was standing and took the flashlight from me. Placing her hand back in mine and squeezing it tight, I breathed. Kita Sagare is my father, and he's the president of the Sunrise Foundation. Though this should have been a major revelation, nobody in the room was losing their mind from the shock. On the contrary, it felt like a lot of things finally clicked into place. God. Yeah, that seems right, doesn't it? I turned to face the woman calling herself Dawn. Dawn, what's going on with our memories? Why do these conflicts keep happening? And why does it feel like all of our memories have been overwritten and we're just now getting them back? Dawn hesitated, a rare sight for her, but finally she spoke. I think it would be best if we continued. There is still more to be seen. At those words, something finally boiled over inside Allison, and she snapped. Okay, I've had enough of this. How long are you going to string us along and force us to play by your rules? Even if you're trying to show us the truth, doing it in a way where you're more or less just toying with our emotions. Is this like a game to you? Do you actually care about Saturday learning the truth so that she feels better? Or is this all just some kind of fucking story to you? Do you not have even a bit of compassion to give her the time of the goddamn day? Woo. I felt that. Dawn stood up from her leaning position against the wall, angry. How dare you? I'm trying to help you and this is what I get? We only have so long before the World Keeper takes notice of what's going on and we get sent back to cycle start. Even now? You keep spouting off this shit like you expect us to just understand. But when we actually ask for clarification, you just say the answers are up ahead, and expect us just to be okay with that? What the hell is a cycle? Who is this World Keeper? Can you finally answer some of your goddamn questions? Oh, my voice is starting to give out. Okay. As the tension in the room clearly continued to escalate, someone other than the two arguing finally spoke up. Okay, Allison. Let's calm down. I understand your anger. And Dawn, it's time for you to give us some answers on our terms. Because you clearly benefit from us knowing the truth in some way. You don't start actually listening. We're heading right back down where we came from. Thank you for the redeem. Jesus. Eri was surprisingly good at diffusing this kind of situation in her own unique way. She spoke to Allison with compassion and understanding, and switched to being cold when addressing Dawn near instantly. It was one of the things I most respected and kind of feared about her. Dawn seemed completely unbothered, though. Changed back into her normal serious self instantly. So fast that it almost felt like she had never lost her temper to begin with. It felt inhuman. Dawn, I'd like to ask you a question about the Dustbreaker. It's the hypothesis I've come to with all of the context you've given us. All you have to do is confirm or deny if I'm correct. Yes, I can do without the in-depth explanation. I'll answer. Before I ask, Saturday. Eddie turned to face Allison and I. Depending on the answer to this question, everything could change. And I do literally mean everything. Are you sure you'd like to stay in the room? Or should I wait to ask? After a few more deep breaths, I answered honestly. I'm staying. Please ask your question. I want to know. Very well. Turn back towards Dawn. Between all of the insane things you've mentioned tonight, and looking at the state of this building in itself, a lot of things don't make sense. There's one possibility that makes everything fall into place. It's insane and unreal, but only as insane and unreal as a device capable of simulating an entire world is. The question I'm trying to ask is, this world that we live in, that we walk around in, that we're standing in right now, is this the real world or the simulator world inside the Dustbreaker? For some short moment of silence, I let out a completely forced laugh. Come on, Eddie. Really? I mean, I don't doubt this Dustbreaker thing exists, but there's no way, right? Dawn, however, sighed. I suppose the answer you're looking for is that this is the simulated world of the Dustbreaker. Though describing it as not being the real world is a bit of a false descriptor. Shio, please move Saturday and Allison to the corner over there. Shio jumped at the sudden request. Allison and I were too stunned to refuse or even say anything at all. We moved into the corner of the room. It happened in an instant. Oh, so that's what gun meant. Eddie whipped a small pistol out of her jacket and pointed it directly at Dawn. I'm gonna ask. Oh, the music just comes up. Oh, after a while of silence. I'm going to ask a few more questions and you're going to answer them. Understand? Dawn, however, did not seem at all fazed by the gun pointed directly at her chest. You know, I wasn't sure about the right time to bring this up, so I'm sorry if this is another major revelation. But there was something I noticed when investigating Suki's... Oh, wait, I thought it was her. Sorry. Same color. But there was something I noticed when investigating Suki's office all those months back at the top. Uh-huh? What is it? A whole lot of books about something called the metal layer concept. It's all pseudoscience mumbo jumbo, but I have to apply it to the situation. A lot of things suddenly make sense. Basically, talks about the idea of world layers. The idea that there are dimensions above us that look down on us as we do this fiction. Like what I'm doing right now? Can't say I understood much of it at all. But well, a lot of things would make sense if this woman in front of us was from a different world. Are you serious? How is that even possible? Dawn sighed. Not only is it possible, but she's right. I'm not originally from this metal layer. None of us are. This is a simulated world, not a natural metal layer. Look. The moment the word look left her mouth, she was gone. In an instant, she appeared behind Eddie and snatched the gun out of her hand, then seemingly slipped back to her original position. Eddie flinched, dropped her composure for a second, but steeled herself again. To you, probably seems like I teleported just now, correct? In a sense, I suppose you could call it that. But in reality, all I did was manipulate my own properties, notably my time scale and coordinate position. Photoshop? Seems like Photoshop. It's kind of funny. It take away too long to explain how the Dustbreaker works. And it's not too important for what I'm trying to achieve for you to know the exact details of it. What you need to know is how we all got here in the first place. Why we're here, why the Dustbreaker was turned on. Dawn nonchalantly walked over to the desk that belonged to my dad. Well, I may have made her character a little wrong because she's nonchalant. Okay. She opened the drawer and hit some kind of hidden switch. In an instant, a loud crumbling sound could be heard. The bookcase at the back of the room began to move ever so slightly, revealing a hidden elevator door. Dawn turned to look at me, still unsure of how to react to anything that happened the past 10 minutes. This elevator leads to the Sunrise Foundation's hidden basement. Inside it is the room where the Dustbreaker is stored, in the real world. Where the truth lies. I'll wait for you down below. Please follow when you're ready. Once again back speaking as if she were simply dishing out logistical... Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem! I think I need more water. What time is it? It's already 3:30. I have to end this soon. I don't have any water left. Dawn pressed the button on the elevator to call it. It disappeared as the door closed, leaving Alice and Chio, Eddie, and I alone in the darkness of my father's office. A few minutes passed where nobody said anything. Finally, Eddie was the one to break the silence. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. How are you three holding up? Tried to say I'm doing fine, but my own emotions took over and I got choked up before I could finish. I fell to my knees on the carpet floor. I'm so fucking overwhelmed. I don't know what the hell is even real anymore. What the hell? Allison kneeled down to wrap her arms around me. I'm so sorry, Sat. You can go home now if you want. It's really clear this way above what any of us expected. No, I want to keep going. I just need a moment. Many moments I was given. Kneeling on the ground, I sobbed for a good 10 more minutes. Probably would have continued for another hour if Allison wasn't right there with me. Finally, I stood up. I turned to Chio. Chio, how are your memories? Have they come back yet? It's funny how I feel like my voice has started to come... When I see Saturday's lines, it started to become more muscle memory for me to voice her that way. So that's why I feel like The voice acting is starting. I'm starting to get used to it, but sometimes I forget. But now my voice is starting to give out. I'm just trying to finish this chapter, or finish this as much as I could. Or I could get some water for a bit. You know what? Sure. I'll be right back. I'll just get some water. I need to get more water. Hello. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm deteriorating. My voice is starting to die. Not all of them. Okay, let's go back. Not all of them. But I remember why we started the Dustbreaker project. But it was that Setsuki your dad wanted to achieve. Please tell me. Oh, excuse me. Please, I want to know what all of this. I can't tell you the whole story because I don't know it. I'm assuming that the woman has her own set of story to tell. Down in that secret basement. But from my recollection, it goes something like this. I don't think I was ever privy to what it was. Something really horrible happened in your childhood, Saturday. You're traumatized really badly as a result. You spent a lot of your early years as a recluse, never going to school or making any friends. I remember Setsuki telling me a lot about those days. I think he thought that it would improve over time, or maybe he thought it would improve faster than it really would. For whatever reason, Setsuki was really down when it seemed to him like you weren't feeling any better as fast as he expected you to. I don't think he wanted you to rush or anything. I really understand the feelings of a parent, though. Regardless, growing up and observing how much you were hurt by whatever it was that happened to you changed Setsuki's outlook on a lot of things in life. I don't know if your memories allow you to remember. Setsuki was a large shareholder in a lot of really big corporations around the time you were born. And after it became clear to him how deeply you were traumatized, he sold a lot of his shares and funded the Sunrise Foundation. What even is Sunrise Foundation? It's clear that it isn't the geology company that we've all been led to believe. No wonder I haven't seen their parents yet. This next part is complete speculation on my behalf. I think that the whole geology thing is a part of the simulated world, and not an actual part of the Sunrise Foundation as it is in reality. That sounds right. That sounds right, because I don't remember Setsuki ever mentioning anything about a geology front to me when I was working there. Only joined on to work on the Dustbreaker project, which was the 4th major project by the company. The whole goal of the company was to experiment with alternative scientific approaches to psychiatry, basically trying to use technology to assist with recovering from mental health issues. What? What? Okay. That's sick in the head, quite literally. It's not... I don't... Well, there might be some cases that it can be happening, but technology in itself sometimes have this trial and error, and before it happens, some things can go really, really wrong. So... Ooh. So what was this Dustbreaker, like, supposed to do? It really doesn't sound like whatever it was meant to do worked correctly. That's Kita said that it was on some stuff. Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, definitely not. Can't speak on the previous 3 projects by the Sunrise Foundation, but Dustbreaker was meant to be sort of VR exposure therapy, in a way. Huh. It was meant to provide a safe, simulated environment for subjects to face their trauma. I don't like that. The idea sounds flawed from the premise alone. Probably was. Setsuki was determined to a fault, bordered on unhealthy obsession. I've heard from co-workers who were around the company for longer than I was, but he wasn't always like that. And I'm not sure what changed him. Dad, what are you trying to do? That's the case. That's the case. Then how did we end up here? Beside the actual simulation itself. How do we get out of here? Fortunately, I don't have the answer for that. That's where my memories cut off. Were they wiped? No, not like the others. I think whatever it was that happened to lead to all of this was something I blocked out of my own memory. A long silence fell over us again. Every once in a while, I felt panic creeping back into me, but I steadied my breathing and kept myself grounded. Finally, I felt like I was ready. I think it's time to go see what Dawn is trying to show me. If she is inside a big test tube, what's that called? The one they put the people in it, like tubes. I don't know. I forgot. You don't want to go alone, though, Allison? Can you? Of course I can. I'll be right here with you. Chio and Eddie, I promise we'll be back as soon as we can. Can you remain here for now on lookout? Try to get in touch with Kotomi and update her. Yeah, of course. Saturday, whatever horrible truth is at the center of all of this, I'm sorry. I helped contribute to something that led to all of this. I can't apologize enough for that. I sighed. I don't have time to think about what my feelings on that right now. But what matters is that you're helping us right now, so I'm focusing on that instead. People in tubes? You talking about CT scan? Not really. And hello, Corin. Welcome back. What's those, like, experiments that they do to people that they put in their, like, clones? I forgot what it's called. Theo nodded in understanding. I took Allison's hand again and pressed the button on the secret elevator. The door opened, temporarily bathing the room in the light that signaled our approach to the center of this world. The center of this story. Test tube? Human test tube? Good luck. Thank you. You too. Step into the elevator and watch the doors close, obstructing Eddie and Chio from my view from what I could only pray would not be the last time to ever see them. Alright, I am going to end this right here for now. Let me just go back to my room. Sorry. Sudden abrupt, huh? Okay, let me just escape. Alright. Too much story? So much story. That's exactly 3 hours. And man, I am tired. That was a lot to take in. And I didn't expect it. I guess I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to kind of drag a little bit for me. Because of all the story and less game. So that's why I really wanted to end that chapter, but then there's so many things that I have to absorb from all the information. So we're in a simulated world. Okay. That sounds familiar for people like, we're in the simulation. So yeah, I'm just gonna... Wow, that winded me out a little bit. Chapter 3 is a huge load up. Yeah, and especially, I'm gonna be honest, there are some scenes that I do understand that it's fun and adds a little bit more comedy, like and the sweetness of it, the whole store. But if I have to think about it, I feel like it shouldn't be added there, if you really want to get to the point. I think it would have been better if they focused on how did they make the theory of, like, between Eddie and Chio. Personally, that's my take on it, because it's just so dang long. I felt like I was reading a book. And especially that I have to read every single one of those. It's starting to drain me out. My voice is starting to give out, so... And it's also past 3:30 in the afternoon for me, which I need to really sleep soon. I was supposed to finish at 2:30, but of course, as I really started late on things. I apologize. I'm gonna be sure to do early again next time. Because something just happened today that I kind of got a little late, and I had to make sure that I... I had to make sure that I had to check things out first. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna look for someone to raid now. Hold on. But despite that, at least everybody had, and I guess it's a good, probably like a good thing to put in the background, like just me reading things. I would like that, but yeah, my voice, I really need to save my voice. I'm gonna be very, very busy in this week. I feel like eventually I have to take another week break. I keep having breaks, and I do value in that. Because I am also a voice actor and a singer. I'm also investing in a lot of my voice, and my voice acting is important with that, especially. So I really do want, like, these are good practices. And eventually maybe I could practice some scripts that I have from Telltale for my, you know, for my entries, for my, it's like, for the fragments. But that will be down the line. I haven't thought about which day I should do that yet. Oh. Shit. Hold on. Need to... There you go. Rikka ASMR. I mean... that ain't bad, really. We'll see. I do have like a condenser mic, which captures everything and anything under the sun. Just a matter of tweaking my settings for ASMR. And I might need help with that. I do want to do that one day. Okay. Let's find someone to raid. Oh, intern's still streaming. Shall we raid an intern? How long have they been streaming now? Okay, they're also streaming as long as I am, so... Right! Let's raid an intern. Internal SVT. Okay, I'm not gonna keep everything... I'm not gonna stay too long. I am very tired. I'm gonna pass out. Or maybe hang out a little bit online and then pass out. And for next week... Well, sorry, for this week, I also have a stream on Friday. I will be playing Rhapsody again, because I think we're almost done with the chapter. We're almost there. We're almost there! So yeah, I'm gonna make sure to also... Wait. Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to... I think we're gonna finish it. We'll see. We'll find out later. If not, then we'll have another stream. Okay, we're gonna raid Internalist V2. She... Oh wait, hold on. They are the founder and host of VTFM, Vtuber Studio, Vtuber Radio. They showcase a lot of utaitas and V singers in their platform, which is really, really great for anyone who wants to showcase the songs, covers, or original songs of anything of any kind related to music. It's a good platform. Really good platform. So let's give intern a big support, lots and love, lots of love and support. So if you need to use the raid message, please make sure to use the ! raid for We Are Comfy Raiders, and also sub raid with the one with the Rikka 2 sip emote so that we can use that. Alright, and also if you want to support me in any of my endeavors and also help me because I'm kind of getting a lot of expenses this month. I don't always ask, but I prefer, if it's okay with you, to put anything on my RL funds. It will also help me pay the bills, and also of course to help me with my family, and also for myself, because I'm really having a lot of trouble. I want to buy a good cup of coffee one day. And also thank you again for those who subbed to me and are still staying. I hope you're enjoying the emotes. And eventually, like, you know, any sort of monetary help is okay, but it's not mandatory, it's not required. anything that's your view, and you are as a VOD watcher or a lurker or a live watcher is good enough for me. Yes. Alright, let's raid intern. Alright, I will have to say my goodbyes. I hope everybody has a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. And I will see you guys on the next stream. I'll see you on Friday, and hopefully by then my voice is okay. Bye bye!